Hello people of BookTube, Megan here, and time for another 7 on Sunday video. So for those who don't know, 7 on Sunday is a Goodreads prompt group created by G Swizzle here on BookTube. The link to the Goodreads group, as well as her channel, will be down in the description for anyone interested. And this week's prompt is books that you remember nothing about. So before I go any further, I want to apologize in advance if the upcoming videos the next couple weeks, month-ish, maybe 2 months, look very different or the quality might not be the highest. I am experimenting with my camera and the different settings and just trying to see what I like the best. So yeah, apologies. And also, if I end up looking like a zombie, I also apologize. I'm on vacation, so I am like bulk filming videos, like several in each day to have a little backstock, so if I go into a filming and editing slump again, I at least have some stuff to put up. And today, for whatever reason, I decided it's been a while since I've done a full eye look, so, let's do this. Let's do something, and this is what I came up with. It doesn't look too bad in real life. Could be worse. But in the viewfinder, I feel that I look like a member of the undead, so we'll see how it looks in editing. I also don't have my glasses on, so that could be affecting things, but yeah. So yeah, this hopefully doesn't look like a total hot mess when I sit down to edit, but this is what you're stuck looking at, and this is what I'm stuck working with for the time being, so yes. So onto the prompts. I actually have a several page list of books that I remember nothing about. I'm only gonna stick with 7 just so this video isn't an hour. And yeah, there might be a future video of further books that I don't remember much about. So let's do this. So the first book on my list is The Partial Sequence by Dan Wells. I do remember doing reviews for at least the first few books in the series. I don't think I finished doing reviews because there was a long gap. I remember there was a long gap between like the first couple books and the last one where I just didn't read it for whatever reason, or I didn't come in at the library. And I remember being lost a bit because I forgot a lot. So I don't think I put the final review up. But all I remember was this was like a dystopian-esque book, and it involved like, not clones, but just people created to be soldiers, and them and like humans didn't get along. And I think there was a disease involved, but that's all I remember. Part of me is tempted to go back to reread it, just because I do remember enjoying at least the first 1 or 2, but yeah. I forgot all about having read this book until I was going through my Goodreads read shelf to make this list, and that's all I remember after looking at the covers. So book number 2 on this list is something I do remember a great deal of the plot about, but I actually totally forgot that I read it until I was making this list, and it was If I Stay by Gail Forman. I remember a while ago, this book was so popular across BookTube around the time the movie was coming out. And I do remember going to see the movie. I remember reading it before the movie, and after I saw the title, I'm like, oh yeah, I instantly remembered pretty much the whole plot. But until that point, I just totally forgot that I had read this thing. Number 3 on this list is the Matched series by Ali Condi. I know I read the first book, and I think I started the second one, but I don't think I finished that one. And I literally remember nothing of this series, other than I think it was considered a dystopian, but just, I remember absolutely nothing. All I really remember is just kind of losing interest after picking up the second book, and that's it. So, number 4 on this list, I have to look on my phone because I stupidly wrote down the series name and not the title of the book. It is Luminosity, and it was the first book in the Raven Chronicles. I don't think I went any further in this series, but I don't think I went any further than book 1 in this series, but all I vaguely remember is, like, there was some future telling, like, there were people who could see the future to varying degrees, and that's it. I remember nothing else. So, book number 5, I got Hemlock by Kathleen Peacock. I only remember, I vaguely remember werewolves being involved, but I'm not even sure about that. I don't know if I'm just making that up or what. Uh, I remember nothing. I don't remember this book. I vaguely remember the covers. I think the covers in these books were really pretty and cool, and that's what drew my attention. But that's it. That's all I remember. So, the 6th on this list was Tempest by Tracy Debs. I'm not quite sure how to say her last name. And I do remember a little about this. I remember the main character was like half mermaid. Her mom was a mermaid, so she's half mermaid, and she liked surfing. But that's pretty much it. I don't remember like any of the plots at all, any of the other characters at all. Just, I remember nothing, which is a shame because I do vaguely remember enjoying this book. I don't think I finished the series because I don't think my library had the last one, and that might be why I forgot about it. But just nothing. So for the 7th and final book, I am going to jump down my list a little bit because I feel like most of what I talked about was kind of on the more slightly obscure spectrum. So I want to do something that I feel that was a little more well known, at least in some circles. I totally forgot that I read Evernight by Claudia Gray. I remember quite a bit about the plots once, I remembered the title, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that vaguely. I remember it was about vampires, and the main character, whose name I actually can't remember, was a, like, very rare born vampire, and her teacher and her parents were teachers at this vampire school. I don't think all the students were vampires. They might have been. I can't remember. But, I remember a decent amount of what happened, considering it had to have been, like, 5+ years since I picked up this book. I don't think I finished this series either, I lost interest. But, yeah, I totally forgot that I read this book until I sat down to make this list. So yeah, those are 7 books that I have read but forgot about to some degree. And yeah, I probably will do future lists of books that I forgot about in the future, just because that's a long list I got there, and why not, right? So yeah, that is it for this video. For anyone watching, what are some books that you don't remember a lot of details of? Let me know, let's get discussion going, and yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.